So today we'll start our new chapter, which is heat of class 12, right? So now what is heat? So first of all, the old definition which we uh, already study in our previous classes as well, that heat is basically, it is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy, right? But let's come to a new concept as well. We consider that here we are having a hot rod. Here we have a rod, and in which obviously there will be certain particles in this rod. When we will provide certain amount of hotness or certain amount of heat to these particles, obviously before that it will be having its own potential energy as well. Like the energy due to the position is known as potential energy. Now the potential energy of these molecules is basically converted into the kinetic energy. It is converted into kinetic energy. It is converted into kinetic energy, and soon this whole body becomes hot, right? So the sum of kinetic energy of a body is known as heat. Right, the sum of kinetic energy of whole body is known as heat. Now basically there are two ways of transfer of energy, right? One is the work that we do, and it's a mechanical energy, right? That the unit of work is Newton meter, right? F W is equal to F dot D, so the unit will be Newton meter. But heat is basically the non-mechanical form, whose unit will be joule, right? And it has a microscopic concept. It means that it can't be measured. The heat can be produced by rubbing, either by nuclear process or by friction, right? If you will rub your two hands, you will feel something. You will feel some kind of hotness. That hotness is basically this heat. Now, in CGS system, the unit of heat is calorie, and the instrument which is used to measure this heat is known as calorimeter. Okay, now there's other certain units of this heat as well, right? Those are British thermal unit, which is equal to 1055 joule. Then we have one British thermal unit is equal to 252 calorie, and one British thermal unit is also known as is also equal to 4.186 joules. These values are quite important to learn. Moreover, it is a scalar quantity. Okay, consider like we have two boxes over here, right? We have two containers over here, and they contain particles, right? They have certain particles, and the temperature of this box is 50. The temperature of this box is 50, and the temperature of this box is 30, right? You will get to know that the okay, obviously these particles will vibrate. These particles will vibrate, right? These particles will also vibrate. The vibration of this one container will be greater than the vibration of this one container. Why? Because there is a difference in the temperature, right? So heat, when I'll put these boxes together, uh, I'll put these containers near to each other, the heat will be transferred from this body to this body. So the heat will be transferred from a hot body to the cold body due to the difference in temperature. Right? The heat will be transferred from hot body to cold body due to temperature. Right? Now, what is temperature basically? Okay, we have discussed this in our previous classes. This temperature is basically temperature is temperature is degree of hotness and coldness, but it's quite old definition, right? Let's renew this. The sum of average kinetic energy of each molecule of or each particle of a body is known as temperature. The average kinetic energy is basically known as temperature. So if we talk about the unit is Kelvin, but there are other further units as well, Fahrenheit, Celsius, and even ranking as well. Then the unit which is used to measure this temperature is known as thermometer, and it is basically a macroscopic concept. It means it can be measured. Obviously, it is having units. It is having instrument to measure, so it is a macroscopic concept, right? So I hope this is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be really glad to answer you guys.